Agent Power Huddle is a daily jumpstart, giving you all the tools you need to create an amazing real estate career. Led by top experts in the field, you'll learn how to sell more houses in less time while creating the life you want. Welcome to the Agent Power Huddle.
Hi, everybody. How are you? Hello. First, of all, I think that can you guys stop sharing the screen for me? Admin, can you please stop sharing for me so I can see everybody? Ready?
It's not sharing.
It's not. No. It's me. I'm one. It's right here. Okay, so we're gonna talk today about lead conversion. And the thing is you guys are not gonna understand what it is that I'm doing. Okay, because you think like, oh, I want this certain strategy. What I want you to understand is that the reason why most leads don't convert is because you have not taken the time to develop a relationship with somebody or given somebody the specific information that they need at the specific time. Are you wanting a kickstart on your business and you want to learn how to be the go-to professional in your industry? Well, guess what? I've got a challenge for you. It's 5 days of coaching. It's brand new. Just go to KristaMashore.com/client conversion. That's KristaMashore.com/client conversion. And you'll get a training with me for 5 straight days that's going to help kickstart you as the go-to professional in your industry. So sign up and I'll see you there. So here's what I want you, here's how, and just stay along with me, okay? I'm not talking to you today about creating videos, but I want to talk to you about a strategy behind closing leads, okay? Closing deals. So this strategy last year helped me close I closed more than this, but this one strategy, we closed 48 seller leads, resulting in $740,000. Resulting in $740,000 from 48 seller leads. Do you guys want seller leads? Would seller leads help you right now? It sure would, right? Because there's no inventory. So we need seller leads, okay? So I just had a 2-day event and I went over this strategy for 2 whole days, okay? We have another one February 22nd and 23rd. So I will put the link in. I'll put the link in the chat. But understand, it's the lead page isn't updated yet. So just keep it, and then you could use it for February 22nd and 23rd if you want, okay? Because there's a lot involved in this. This isn't just like, oh, I just did this lead, but here's what I want you to understand. Is that I'll create content, okay? So let's just do that's a video, okay? And then I'll be able to tell how many people watched that video, okay? And the people that watched originally 50% or more. Then what I'll do is I'll send them another video. Now this is a video on selling. Okay, it's a selling video. Okay, and then I'll do another video about selling. Now understand what I'm talking about in the video are issues and problems that I know sellers are going through right now. Okay, so we closed 13 deals in December. And I'm pretty sure like all of them were sellers. I don't know, I could be wrong. Let's just say 11 were sellers. All right. From this exact strategy right here. So the problem that we identified that sellers were having in November, December was they are afraid to sell because they're afraid if they sell, they're not going to be able to find a replacement home and they're going to be homeless. So we created 8 videos around that problem because remember, in order for me to be a solution, I have to be solving a problem. If I'm not solving a problem, I cannot be a solution. So everyone repeat after me. Say, I can only be a solution if I'm solving a problem. Everybody repeat.
I can only be a solution if I can solve the problem.
Yes. Dwayne, I just muted you. So yes, so Dwayne he's actually following along, which is good. That means Dwayne is more likely to implement and he's going to learn more quickly. And Dwayne coaches with me. So he doesn't even need to be here because we teach him this, but he's still here because he's smart. Okay. So now I can see again who's watching this video. So here, I'm not asking them to take any action. All they're doing is they're just watching. They're not taking any action. Here again, they're not watching, and they're watching. They're not taking any action, okay? So now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create another video or I'm going to create a lead magnet, one of the two. And on the lead magnet, I'm just going to have them take one more action. download, or click. Okay, I'm not asking them to give me their information yet. I'm just asking them to take one more action. Okay, now that they've either watched another video or I've given them, this is a lead magnet. Okay, a lead magnet might be like 10 tips to ensure that you find a replacement home in a crazy market with no inventory, right? Make sense? They're just clicking though. I'm not asking for their information. Now, after I've done this, then later I'm going to ask them for their information, right? So now it's like, hey, you've already watched a video, you've watched another video, you're getting to know me, I'm really positioning myself as the authority figure. You've watched the video again, now you've clicked. Okay, now I'm going to give you the good stuff, but for the good stuff, I actually want to collect your information. I'm going to collect your lead. Okay, so now this is when they actually are going to, this lead magnet. Okay, actually I collect info. I'm collecting their information here. Okay, now I have their information. I then zap that information into my CRM. It's automatically labeled as a seller lead from Facebook. Now, when I continue to email those people, guess what my open rate is for my emails? And if you know anything about industry standard, the average industry standard for open rate for emails is around like 16 to 20%. If you get 20%, you're rocking out. My open rate is 48% on my market update emails that I send to my list. Why? Because they already know I'm giving them value. They've gotten to know me. They want to open up my email because my emails always give them value. Then every 2 weeks, I'm giving them a market update. Okay. But now it goes even further. Now that I've got the lead, I've gotten their information. Now I'm sending them to my, what's my home worth funnel. Okay. Because I know if they're thinking about selling, they're watching, 75% or more of these videos, they're thinking of selling. Then I send them to my, what's my home worth funnel. Okay. Now they're actually giving me their information because I've already taken the time to develop the relationship, establish myself as the authority. Now that is the strategy that helped me convert just that one. We closed 90 deals, which is not, usually we sell a lot more, but I coach now 100% of the time. But 48 deals came from that. Okay. Now everyone's like, oh my gosh, nobody ever gives me their information on my what's my home worth, because you didn't take the first steps. You went straight to, do you want me to give you a home evaluation? Okay. Now, how do we make sure that once they've gotten the home evaluation, so I'll take that in a second. So now that I've given them this, now what I'm doing is now I'm also targeting them again. Now I'm giving them my marketing videos. I'm showing them how I market my homes. Then I'm giving them testimonial videos about testimonials. Now I'm also emailing them and I'm targeting them on Facebook, this kind of stuff. Okay. Then I continue to give them more videos on information about the market, information about selling. Okay. So do you see how much more powerful that is than just creating a landing page or telling somebody, do you want a home evaluation? Okay. That is the process that helped me, just from that one process, that one CMA ad that we ran that followed that exact strategy that resulted in 48 closed seller transactions and $740,000 in gross commissions. That is how you convert a lead. So why is it that the average industry rate for closing a lead from Zillow or Realtor.com is less than 2%? So if you get 100 leads from Realtor.com or Zillow and you're paying them all this money, do you know that the likelihood of you closing that is less than 2%? And the reason being is, number one, everyone's getting those emails. And number two, they have no idea who you are. They don't respect you. You're not positioning yourself as an authority figure. You're just like everybody else. Okay. Now, what else do we do to make sure we convert that lead? Well, first of all, this is a strategy. This is a term I learned from my mentor, Sharon.
So before you switch,
What?
real quick, can I ask you a question? The first two phases, or this is like the courting phase, the lead magnet. What's the difference between a lead magnet and these like basic info videos?
So a lead magnet. So what a lead magnet is it's when you give something a value of information to collect somebody's information. So it's like, okay, that's a lead magnet. I want to get that lead, that information. All right. And understand your goal is to get people off of platforms like Facebook and, you know, any other platform and get them into your platform. You want to own that lead. But what most people do is they go, hey, give me your information. You want to sign up for my seminar or take a class or whatever else. They try to get married instantly before they've ever dated. All right. So that's the reason why most leads do not convert. So what we find is that the more that we court people, the more we position ourselves as the authority. They watch my content, watch my content, watch my content, watch my content. They're seeing me do, community videos or, videos about certain neighborhoods, or they're seeing my properties, they're seeing my market updates, they're seeing my education. The longer that somebody follows me, the more that they see me, the more likely they're going to convert, and the more quickly they're going to convert when they finally are ready to take action. Okay. But most of you are like, and this isn't a bad thing, I'm just going to tell you that most people are like, give me a script. What script should I use? What should I say? It's like, I've never, ever used a script. I could never teach you how to do a script because I've never used a script, right? I'm not a script person. I like to do what I call attraction-based marketing, right? So marketing is attraction is marketing. You know that you've done a really good job marketing when somebody raises their hand and says, I want what you have, I need that, right? How do I make sure that people are more likely to raise their hand? It's because I make sure, this is a whole, I've taught this before, I'll teach it again. I make sure, number one, the pre-frame is really important. What a pre-frame is that before you give somebody something once you give somebody something of value, that you're making sure that your content speaks directly to them, okay? And what it is that you say before they come into your world has a significant impact on whether or not they're going to convert, okay? So there was a study done and there was a professor that in a college class, okay? And in this college class, the professor, they had a substitute teacher. And so they gave all the students the biography of this professor. Everything was exactly the same. The accolades, how well he did, the colleges he had gone to, how long he had taught, all these things about him. But there was only two words that were different in each bio. One said he's a rather warm person. The other one said he's a rather cold person. Okay. These two, then they did, after the professor taught, they did a survey of the students. The students that got rather cold said he was like pompous and arrogant. He wasn't a good teacher. He was full of himself. They didn't like him. The ones that got the study that said he was rather warm said he was kind and easy to understand. And they followed along really easy. They just loved the guy. Literally across the board, the one that got rather cold hated him. The one that got rather warm loved him. Everything else was the same. So what that tells us is that what you give somebody prior to interacting with them is really, really important, right? So in other words, if I'm speaking to everyone, sometimes they say you're speaking to no one, right? However, it's important to do like blanket marketing. It's important to do market updates and all these things. And the reason that's important is because people are seeing you're nurturing past clients, you're nurturing new clients, you're positioning yourself as the authority figure. But the more that I can put the exact content that somebody's originally interested in, I can continue to give them more of that content, the more likely they are going to convert. Okay, so our job is to bring people up, right? So this right here is a cold lead. This is warm. This is hot. Our goal is to bring cold to warm, warm to hot, okay? What I'm going to talk to cold leads about are going to be completely different than what I'm going to talk to a hot lead about. I'm not going to convert a cold lead until I know who that lead is, what that lead needs, and to make sure that what I'm giving them is what they actually are interested in. Then once I know that, how do I know that? I know that by creating content, seeing how much of it's being watched, and then retargeting more of the same type of content. Then once I move them from cold to warm, then I nurture. This is nurture. I'm like giving strategies and tips and information that relates to where they came from originally. Okay. Then over here, so the idea is they have no idea, they don't know you. They don't know you have a problem, they have a problem. Or maybe they do know they have a problem, but they don't know what the solution is. Or maybe there's a solution and they don't even realize that there was a solution because they weren't even thinking about it until you make them aware. That's how you go to get them to be warm, right? Oh my gosh. And I use this a lot because it's really, really easy to understand. If I say, hey, it's a great time to buy a house. Okay. If I'm a veteran that has a 625 credit score and no money in the bank, but I have a job and I'm a veteran, I don't think I can buy a house because I have no money. Okay. So when I say that, I'm not listening, this veteran. But if I say, are you a veteran with a, you know, not the best credit score and you don't have any money in the bank, but you're a veteran and you have a great job. Did you know that you can actually purchase a home? Okay. So now all of a sudden this cold lead is like, I didn't know that I could purchase a home. Oh my gosh. Now all of a sudden they realize there's a solution. So they go, raise my hand is up. Yay, I'm excited. So now I give them all this information about buying as a veteran. Okay. Now all of a sudden they know that there's an answer to the solution. My goal is to make them understand that I am the best solution to their problem. Now it's like, man, that's how you convert. Then you start giving something what's called social proof, right? Social proof is you send videos of other veterans that you've helped, right? You send you know, content about like a buyer's guide for veterans. Okay, you should do that here too. But the idea is now all of a sudden this hot lead goes from not knowing they could even purchase a house to being totally informed about it. But now, because I've educated them so much, now I'm the best solution to help them with that problem. That is how you convert. Most people are like, what script should I use? Or what should I put out there to get people to want to raise their hand? Well, if you haven't done this, you're going to have a 1 to 2% conversion rate. So I'll tell you, that $740,000 that we made, we didn't even spend, we spent around $3,000 a month advertising on Facebook. Okay. That includes all of my properties. They get a $200 ad spend. That includes every single video that hi husband. That includes every single video. Hi, sweetie. Every single video that I put out there. I do a $200 ad spend. So this is, just from that one strategy, we did this, but understand all the videos that I'm putting out with my properties and marketing myself are also continuing to position me as an expert. It's making sure what I call the 5 R's. It's making sure I get more referrals. I retain more clients. They want to resell with me. I get more repeat business. Okay. And I do that through my rituals and routines. There's one more R and I forgot. So it should be the 7 R's. I just thought of one more yesterday. So does that make sense? That's how you convert a lead. Now, so what's happening is what Sharon, I love this word. He says, you win before you arrive. So I've already won before I arrive because they know me, they like me, they trust me. Half of my job of converting that lead is already done. I've already almost converted that lead because they already know me. When I walk through that front door, I've established a relationship. They see me as the authority figure. They know that I'm the expert and they trust me implicitly because I was the one that made them realize they could actually buy a house when they didn't know they could. Then I educated them like crazy. So now my conversions are going to go up. Okay. My conversions go up. So now how do I make sure that I absolutely, once I get this lead, how do I convert this lead no matter what? Because you have to really, really suck as an agent. If you do this and don't get it, it's like you must have a big booger in your nose. I don't know. But the point is that you will absolutely close this deal if you follow it through. Okay. So let's just say we're going after seller leads. Okay. We're going after seller leads. I've got them to raise their hand. They've said, yes, I want a CMA. Okay. So if I have the time, and my brother doesn't always do this because he's supposed to, but anytime somebody says, I want a CMA, then what I will do, and actually one of my students, Alex, he's like, hey, this is what I've been doing. And I'm like, oh my God, great idea. So we create a video. Okay. And I can show you an example of the video. It'd be a great thing to show you. We create a video that then goes over the CMA. Okay. But before I actually create the video, I hand deliver a market analysis to them. I hand deliver it. Then I knock on the door and I say, oh, here's your market analysis. You asked for this. And they're like, whoa, you're here. If they don't answer the door, I do a bomb video letting them know that there's a market analysis on their door, and also to check their inbox, because I'm going to be going home and I'm going to be doing a video that talks about what the market analysis is about. Then I'm going to follow that through, and I'm going to drop off a copy of my book. At the same time, they're going to get a copy of my book. I'm also going to send a digital copy of my book. I'm going to then also send a copy of my marketing plan. Where's my marketing plan? I'm going to also send a copy of my marketing plan. I'm going to drop a copy of my marketing plan off. Okay. And then I'm also going to email a copy of my marketing plan. Then they're going to have been tagged, and they're going to start getting an email from me every 2 weeks that talks about a market update. Like, what's the market doing? That's why we have 48% people open up our emails, because I've taken the time in the beginning to do my homework, and then I've followed it up. Now, this is how you convert leads. Okay. I know this wasn't the answer you were looking for today. You were thinking, oh, right. I mean, I bet you if I asked 1 million people how to convert leads, you're going to think I would be telling you about a script or something, right? It's a strategy. Okay. So what you have to understand is that it isn't just as simple as creating, like, what's the script that I use, or, just to create videos or do these things. It's the strategy behind. I call this my super sexy, like, marketing plan. Like, if I follow these exact tips, I do these exact things in this exact order, right? Like, it completely changed my business. Make sense, everybody? Okay, so questions. Questions.
Do you take this and then duplicate it to YouTube?
So every video that we do goes on YouTube, it goes on our website, it goes everywhere.
And do you retarget similarly?
So I'm not doing Facebook ads, YouTube ads. No. We're gonna start. I just need to make the time. We do all of this through Facebook, and then we target them as well through our email campaigns, because we've gotten their lead now.
So is your video funnel basically invisible until the person's in the funnel?
No, they're still seeing it. So I just don't have their contact information yet, right? So I don't know what they're interested in either. So sometimes I'm just going to do blanket videos that I use, like the reach objective or the video views objective or the brand awareness objective, to get people like to see me by the masses, right? And then I take who's engaging in that, and then I put them on different campaigns based upon what the video was. So if it's a buyer video and somebody watches 100% of it, I'm going to send them more buyer content. But I'm also going to send both of these people blanket marketing, what I call blanket marketing, which is just like top of mind. It doesn't specifically talk to them, but it's market updates, community updates, or restaurant updates. All these audiences are getting that because I want them to continue to see me all the time. But I'm also giving specific, sorry guys, I had the coronavirus and I'm just beat today. So I also give specific information to people based upon what they originally were interested in. So it's a matter of doing both. And I change my objectives sometimes. Sometimes I have a traffic objective. I want to take them off of Facebook and put them onto my funnel, right? Sometimes I'm doing just a reach objective. Sometimes I'm doing a video views objective. I change them around at all times because I want to make sure I'm still being seen by everybody, but then also being seen by specific people.
So I guess what I was asking is, so it sounds like these videos are contained within your CRM, but do you have a hub that you house all these things? And let's say this person then goes and finds this and can watch all your videos, or they can only see that which you want to feed them?
So if you go to YouTube, we've got like channels on YouTube, like, this is about listings, this is about buyers, this is about market updates. So they're all housed there. Also, we bring them to a funnel, and like for the sellers, these guys that want to see America's go to a seller funnel that has like videos on it all about selling, like just like information where they can watch one or they can watch 15 of them, whatever they want. But what most people do, James, is they start with the funnel. They start with, go to this funnel about selling, right? And that's why the conversion is lower. Nobody even clicks because they forgot the most important step, which was the beginning part. And we also host our videos on Vimeo, because we don't want all of our videos to be seen, but almost every video that we do for real estate goes on to YouTube as well. And we make it public so everyone can see it.
Have you experimented with the opening 5 seconds of videos to see what gets people to go further into the 50% mark?
Used to do 3-second views, but the thing about 3-second views is that it's really just you scrolling. Like if you scroll and they just barely, so we used to teach to do that for just brand awareness, but we're trying to make our money last longer. And the 3-second views, they're not seeing enough of me. They're seeing me, but they're not seeing enough of me. So it's good to do in the beginning when you first start, like, right? So people at least just keep seeing you and then they're more likely to click later on, you know, but I'm at a point now where like everybody knows me in my area. So I don't have to do the 3 seconds because they're just constantly seeing me because we're constantly targeting every targeting. That's how we're doing it. And also I want more hyper specific leads, right? Like I want my leads to convert more. So I'm using my spend to focus on the ones that were engaging on content that was similar that I originally put out there so that they're more likely to convert. Starting out though, you could do that. I hate wasting money for 3-second views personally, but we used to teach to do that.
Is there a way to view what you just shared over the last 2 days if we weren't able to be there?
So we'll know that we can't. We're not releasing the content, but you can sign up for the next one.
All right.
We go into much more detail. It's hard to learn in 30 minutes, right? Like this is like stuff I've learned over 10 years. You know what I mean?
Apologies, Krista, if you've gone over this in previous weeks, but what's like the magic number for the length of time that you have on each of those videos?
So it just depends. So initially, when I created video in the beginning, I try to it's usually kind of shorter, right? Because people will look to see a video that's 3 minutes and they won't watch it. But once I start bringing them down my funnel, right, the videos get longer because I know they're interested in that subject. Okay, so you start off small and then you go, but then you can do longer. But with my market updates and stuff, some of them are 3 minutes long, and we have people watch the whole thing. Like we'll have 2,000 people. Mike's shaking his head because he knows, you know, that we'll have 2,000 people watch a whole entire 3-minute video, right? Because they're interested in the market. And believe it or not, with market updates, like people are extremely. People will say, oh, don't do market updates, nobody's listening. BS. Like people love to hear about the real estate market, right? Think about you. If you're a realtor and you in your neighborhood, you see a sign go up. What's the first thing that you do as a realtor? You go look to see what it's worth, or you grab the flyer and you're in real estate. You don't think everyone else is doing that owns a house? They want to know what the market's doing.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
You have a format for doing your community updates or your market updates?
So, you know, as far as like the hooking them,
statistics, new businesses opening, or do you consistently go over the same format with every one?
I mostly just talk about Ken, you get the script every month. I mostly just talk about like what the market is doing in general. Like this month's campaign was, and the reason we picked this campaign was, is the market going to crash? Are we going to see another market like 2008? So all 4 of my videos for the market were based upon sellers, like, you know, getting sellers more comfortable with selling. The other 4 were, is it going to crash? And I would compare 2008 to now, because that's the question we keep getting. I would also make sure if I was everyone here, I would do a local market update, and it's 8:30, but I would do a local market update that talked about the local stats, right? Really important to talk locally, not just nationally.
Awesome.
Okay, you're welcome. Any other questions, anybody?
For your CMA video, after you drop off the CMA, is that customized or is it more?
I'll show you guys. It's customized. I'll play that next week, okay? So now what you got to do is you've got to go out and be like, we just had an awesome Agent Power Huddle. You got to go follow Krista. Thanks, James. I know this dang coronavirus. It's like it never ends. Oh, I gotta go because I have my own meeting with my EXP people. So love you guys.
Hey there, I have a brand new podcast called Fired Up with Krista Mashore, where I bring my high energy right to your ears. This podcast is available on all your favorite podcast platforms. So do me a favor, go subscribe and leave a review. All this information is free and I cannot wait to teach you everything I know. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.